Fuck it.
Hey, everybody! Hey, everybody! How's it going? Welcome to the long hair TRIDENTcast. Today, we're going to talk about conditioner, all these, all the different ways that we get our long hair to stay luxurious and flush and wonderful. Aki is going to give us cologne suggestions, and Brian's going to tell us all about Pantene Pro-V. And we are currently waiting on the other two guys. I don't know where Pontifex Mortis is. He's usually pretty good about getting in on the.
Do we need to follow up with him?
And I texted him. Yep.
Okay.
And Brett, our wonderful master Herc Schlagzeuger, is getting married this Saturday. So he said he's going to try his damnedest to pop in. But you might just have the boys here tonight, the guitars and vocals. We might not even have any sort of bass and drums. No rhythm section, only guitars, all leads all night. That's basically what we're gonna do. So
it's funny. Before we went live, I was gonna ask you guys something. I was gonna be like, just because us guys here, and then I was like, oh yeah, I guess Brett and Brett are guys too.
That's true. Aki, we got a question. How's the hand, bro? From Alex.
Oh, thank you for asking. It's doing okay. I'm definitely still feeling some discomfort, but it definitely helps a lot. Taking ibuprofen, I've been doing the applying heat and ice every single time I practice, before and after. So it kind of takes a little bit of time to even start playing, but I've been really careful about that. And I'm hoping to actually make next week's practice, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's get into it official ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theme song! Welcome back to the TRIDENTcast. We are still down 2 members, but hopefully they will text me back and we'll figure this out. If this is your first time here tonight at the TRIDENTcast, if this is your first TRIDENTcast, A, welcome. B, here's how it works. We all have wonderful drinks, wonderful beers, wonderful liquors with us here. If you want to make us drink, you can send either a super chat, or if you want to go more money to go to the band, you can go to lordsofthetrident.com/tips. At any amount, we will drink for you and toast you and all that sort of stuff. 50% of any money we raise tonight is getting donated to charity. So do the donation thing if you want to feel good about yourself. If you want to make us feel bad about our life decisions, it's a good and bad thing. It's A plus. So there you go. Tonight I am drinking from Blacklist Brewing Company in Duluth, Minnesota. The ODB, not the Old Dirty Bastard. It's the Eau de Belgique. De Belgique, yes. It is a Belgian golden ale, and it is going to be wonderful. I don't know what accent I'm doing currently. I could see from Aki's face. He's like,
lost somewhere in the French Alps there.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys drinking? Liney's. Oh, the Harvest Patch. Wait. The Harvest Patch Shandy?
Yeah, it's kind of a pumpkin-y beer shandy thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. Most people I talk to really don't like it, but I do.
Okay.
So what can I say? It's got kind of a cinnamony, cardamom-y sort of spiciness to it, which I like.
Nice.
So, I mean, you have to like pumpkin beer to begin with, I guess.
Larry,
and it's light, and it's not too heavy, so because it's kind of a school night. I got lots to do tomorrow. So
speaking of beer, Larry just pledged $5. Thank you, Larry. Here's to you.
Whoa.
Larry the Steadfast, right out of the gate. To you, Larry. Oh, and Aki, what are you drinking? Oh, you got some of your liquor, huh?
I'm being boring. I'm drinking more Costco whiskey.
Costco whiskey. This one's to Larry. Larry!
Thanks, Larry.
All right. Donovan, good to see you. Good to see a bunch of people on here. We got Truffle85. We got Mary Sweeney. We got Stellar Stud Senpai Sama. We got Pats Punk Playhouse. We got all the people. So the only people we don't have are our rhythm section, apparently. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know Brent to normally miss an anything. So I hope he's okay. I hope he's not currently dead in a ditch. That would be really, really bad. Asian cost efficiency medal.
Cost efficiency medal.
Oh,
yes.
A plus.
Hey, tough times, right?
Yep. Oh, and Sophie sent $5. Thank you, Sophie.
Oh.
Let's drink to Sophie, to our friends, to our wonderful friends overseas. I hope you're all staying safe. Oh, we got another $2 from Slam Bammy, our favorite
Slam
username.
Bammy in the who's.
Slam Bammy. All right, here we go. This one's first one to Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. And then second. Oh, go ahead.
Slam Bammy.
To Slam Bammy.
For the record, it is 4 a.m. in Austria where Sophie is. So it's pretty great that she's hanging out with us right now.
Yes.
So
yes.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I always feel I feel honored when people from Europe like get up in the morning to watch this. So it's like thank you guys so much. Yes.
It's funny. Like if it's, I have a lot of respect too, because like if it's staying up a little later, somehow I find that a little easier.
Right.
Like
right.
being like, oh, I can put off bed for a little bit longer. I already do that all the time when it's like, oh, I'm going to check YouTube or this one more Reddit post or my email one more time. And then it's like 2 hours later, you're like, oh shit, it's 2 a.m.
Right.
But boy, it takes dedication, especially if you're going to like wake up early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I hear you. Oh, we got Pants Queen. Oh, Pants Queen's here. Pants Queen's always here. She never misses a single stream. And thank you so much for sharing your pillaged gold, Pants Queen. This one goes to you. To Pants Queen.
Here we go again.
I accidentally. Oh my gosh! And Red Ninja, 100 cheers from Twitch. Oh, thank you, Red Ninja. Here's another one.
Right.
I think I might switch over to beer. In a
Yeah,
moment.
right. You guys.
I'm gonna die
So
otherwise.
the funny thing was when Pawn. So her username is Pawn Takes Queen, pay AWNTKS Queen, and I was trying to figure out. It was she came in early to like when I started the Twitch streams, and she was like, I was trying to give shout outs. I'm like, shout out to Pants Queen, there it is. And then later it's like, oh, it's Pawn Takes Queen. Okay, well, you're Pants Queen now, it's fine. So is the Baron drinking wine? No, Painted Dreams he is not. He's drinking a Leinenkugel's Shandy. Well, are you also drinking wine?
The joke's on you, Fang, because I have one of these and a little bit of wine.
Oh my gosh.
It'll save me a trip downstairs when these super chats keep pouring in as they do.
Oh man. Well, thanks to everybody again for being so crazy, amazing, awesome, generous. 50% of all of our donations tonight and pretty much for every stream we're doing during quarantine are going to charity. And let me start off by celebrating something here with you guys and with everybody watching in the chat. So far, from the quarantine streams just in July and August, just the few that we have done, we have donated over $2,000 to charity.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I never in my wildest dreams did I think we would get to a number like $2,000 to charity. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. So, again, we got to thank everybody so much from the bottom of our cold, dead metal hearts for being such an amazing fans and friends and cool people. So, Truffle85, don't feel bad that you can't donate. We don't require it. We just love having people hanging out here with us, and just sharing the love. Just the fact that anyone is watching us is awesome for me. We could
Seconded.
We could be screaming into an empty void. What were you going to say, Aki?
Yeah, no, 30. I was just going to say, I think like Brent put it well. I remember one day he was like, boy, if you ever need a pick-me-up, like, look at the comment section on some of our songs, like, Death Dealer, or any of those ones, or Knights of Dragon's Deep, et cetera, Los Angeles, like, and seeing all the positive comments from people, even that, it's just like, it's so heartwarming to see that.
Absolutely.
Which is really nice considering many comment sections are complete cesspools. So I think that also speaks to the quality of our fans for sure. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, we got 100 bits from Red Ninja. Cheers, Red Ninja. Thank you. Could you send some money towards Cedar Rapids? They're so cleaning up after the derecho.
Oh wow, that's yeah. They had their inland hurricane.
Is that what that is?
Tore a giant strip through Iowa. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we'll have to check that out and see if there's any local charities we can throw some money at. That'd be very cool. So speaking of streaming, speaking of money going to charity, one of the other things that we did very recently, and by very recently I mean just a few days ago, I'm trying to think. Time has no meaning in quarantine anymore for me, but we got one of the big issues when we're streaming, when we're doing like a full band stream or acoustic stream, or when we're doing the Baron solo shred sessions, is watching the comments and responding to them. We have a couple of like small monitors that we set up, and we try to keep track of the comments on that, but it's pretty difficult. So we took some money out of the band fund, and we bought like a big screen TV and mounted it on the wall. And I put together a little Raspberry Pi to do dashboards that'll show, your chats and your donations, so we don't miss anything, basically. So that's cool. That just got put up, and Brian actually just got a chance to see it because we were practicing for Brett's wedding here tonight. So,
nice.
What I'm gonna swanky,
real quick.
I would expect nothing less from you.
That's right. Poyluk throws their gold at the screen. $10.20. Thank you, Poyluk. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Thank you.
What I'm gonna do, Brian, you talk about the majesty of the big screen TV. I actually have it running right now, and we actually haven't had a chance to test it while there is actual like stuff where we're actually doing a stream. So I'm gonna run over to the next room and see if all your chats are showing up on that TV. Brian, tell them all about something. Maybe the lifespan of the aquatic snail or something like that. Ready, go.
Lifespan of the aquatic snail. No, it's Ty did a wonderful job on my previous streams of kind of setting up some monitors. I think he put it on the futon. There's a futon on the far wall of the basement, or maybe a table or something, and I could see what was going on, but it was fairly small and definitely pretty distracting if I was trying to play and then look at it at the same time. And this is a much bigger screen that's mounted up in the air. And what that means then is, it should be easier for everyone to see and easier for people to, for any of the band members to respond to, hopefully. And then just from a logistical point of view, there's less setup now. What happens behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize is every time we do one of these, Ty usually has, especially if it's a performance, but Ty has a ton of setup and teardown time. And I think he just cut a bunch of that out by, making this kind of a installed step that he doesn't need to do every time anymore. So saving time, Dr. Saving Time Ty. Fang Saving Time Rathenstein. And we have Brett.
Hi, Brett. Brett's here.
Hey, I made it.
Oh my gosh. Everybody here is here except for Brett. What is going on?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, where is he?
I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay too. I'm gonna just text him real quick, and see if he's alive. So anyway, Brett, we were alluding to the fact that you are getting married, but tell us all about the incredibly gigantic role that we're going to play in your wedding. Just talk about us. I don't want you to talk about yourself at all. I just really just talk. Tell about how my golden voice will make your wedding 40 times better.
It really will. And I don't want to talk about myself anyways because it's boring and that's not fun. But yeah, these beautiful, supple boys here are going to grace my wedding.
See what you did there.
Yeah, you did. With their Brian's gonna pluck me some strings and Kai's gonna throw at me some words. It's gonna be great.
All right.
As awkwardly as I could put it. But yeah, no, I'm super excited, guys. It's gonna be wonderful. A wonderful way to start the day.
I'm pretty excited about it too. I think it's gonna be great. We have two questions. I'm going to get to the wedding question first, and then Red Ninja, I'm going to get to your question. Remote wedding, I guess. Actually, no. But tell us about the stuff that you've put in place to make sure the wedding is safe.
Right. Yeah. So it's actually basically it's a barn wedding, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. If anybody's familiar with Wisconsin, there's a town called Brooklyn, which is south of Oregon. It's mostly
not near Staten Island.
Yeah. No. It's mostly cornfields and open area. And we found a barn out there that's got tons of space to spread out. And everything, they got tents outside and there's no self-serving anything, and people can have a decent amount of space to spread out. So, yeah.
Cool.
So it's much more actually like the Bronx, in other words.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Red Ninja, let's get to your question, but real quick first, I know I said I was going to get your question, but I want to start this before, because this is actually on a timer. Tonight, we are giving away, thanks to Andrew, one of our fantastic Patreon backers and good fans and friends. He purchased the last 2 Oni long sleeve t-shirts, and we are going to give them away tonight on the stream. So I'm going to start this giveaway right now. We have a 30-minute timer. And in order to join the giveaway, you have to put in the chat exclamation point and then the word raffle. And that will enter you into the raffle. And at the end of the 30 minutes, we're going to pick a winner. So if you want to join this, we have a small shirt and a medium shirt. So if you are either a small or a medium, do exclamation point, then raffle. And that will automatically enter you into the raffle. So that has begun. Let's make this happen. Small or medium long sleeve shirt. Okay, this is a question from Red Ninja for Brian and Aki. I am starting guitar completely a newbie. Decided to dive in deep and get a 7-string. Love the chunky deep sounds. Any advice and ways I should tune it for learning?
To my knowledge, I mean, there's really only, with it being such a comparatively still new thing, you really kind of have like 2 choices. And that is just, as it comes. So E to E with a low B. To be honest, that's how I would recommend you spend most of your time right now, because that's most guitarists consider that home base, as in that is kind of like, how you learn where everything is at to begin with. And then, as Slam Bammy says, the next move you could do would be to tune your B down to an A, which is essentially, you could call it drop A. It basically means you can do a 1-finger power chord along your bottom 3 strings. Our version of that in this band is drop C, or in other words, it is drop D tuning, but with everything down another whole step, because everything Lords does is down 1 whole step from standard E to E. So
sweet. Aki, any advice that you would want to give?
No, I was literally just going to second what Brian said. Like, I think just basically starting with standard tuning, and then have the low B on the 7th string would be the best. Just because something I often think of, like if we had restarted like if I went back in time, and I remember at the time we started Lords, like Brian, One, and I were really into, all those bands like Killswitch and All Shall Perish and whatnot, and playing in these really low tunings, and so we really want to do drop C and D standard. But I think in retrospect, I would have just done E standard because like it's a pain to tune back up to standard when you want to like play along with popular songs from like the 70s and 80s and even 90s during standard tuning. So I think what's nice if you do standard tuning and then the low B is like you can still like if you want to play something like Rush all of a sudden or whatever, or old school Iron Maiden, whatever, like you don't have to worry about like tuning your strings a bunch. Like I think a half step's not a big deal, but I feel like depending on the guitar and its wood and truss rod and whatnot, if you're constantly, tuning, changing a whole step up or down multiple times, like it's going to be a pain in the ass, and you might have to readjust a truss rod.
If you have a Floyd Rose, you pretty much have to choose which tuning you want to be in and stick with it. Which is not to say you can't change it, but changing it takes it turns from a 5-minute procedure to a 45-minute procedure if you're doing something, drastic. And Alex just chimed in, isn't that why you have guitars with different tunings? That's 100% why I have 2 guitars with different tunings, because I can't, it would take up the whole set to, or the good portion of a set to set a guitar from D standard to drop C. It just doesn't work at all. Not with Floyd Roses. It works a little better if you don't have that, but not for me.
Yeah, the only option with a Floyd Rose is the EVH detuna, but that really only works with a drop only Floyd one that isn't floating.
Yeah, the mechanism is sticking back, which means you can't pull up on the bar, which is something I actually like to do quite a bit.
Yeah, it has to be a dive only Floyd.
I don't know about you, Aki, but I definitely still. Even when we're down a whole step, I still think of all the notes on the neck in standard tuning, more or less.
Oh yeah, I'm the same.
So if I play like 9th fret of the G string, I still think of that as an E note, not as a D. I know it's sounding a D, but in my mind, that's still an E. 7th fret is the key of B. 12th fret would still be the key of E. And I still think of it like that myself, at least.
Man, you guys are. You guys are way beyond us. I mean, like I just scream and Brett just hits things. So
yeah, I really don't do much.
I get the sense, Brian. A lot of people are like that, because I remember when Elliot was in a band, we too would be the same. Would be like, all right, this song is an E minor. We're just going to play like the open. We kind of thought of you basically just refer to all the notes as if it were standard.
Right.
Cool. Well, let's transition from that question into talking about the first almost full live band stream that we had, the acoustic stream. So for those of you watching that don't know, Aki made it to the. Larry gave another $5. Here's to Larry. Before I continue this, just tell Larry. Thank you, Larry.
I'm gonna grab a beer just so I don't get like really tipsy.
Yes, please. So Aki made it to the final round of the Russian slap fighting competition for this year, where he faced off against the reigning champion, known only as the Dumpling. I know that you guys who follow in the chat, you guys who follow Russian slap fighting, know all about this, but I'm just telling this for people who don't. So, it was a stalemate. They slapped back and forth so much, back and forth, that Aki tired out one of the tendons on his hands, and so he's been in recovery and kind of physical therapy, getting that tendon back together after slapping the dumpling so many times. And that's not a euphemism. I know it sounds like a euphemism, but it's not. So we had a acoustic almost full band live stream. Brian, Brett, tell us about how that went. Tell us about your thoughts. And Aki, you watched it.
Aki donated $10.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was saying, you watched the acoustic live stream. What'd you think? How'd we do?
It was good. It was fun to watch. Yeah, it was. I said before I won't be depressing, but it's like fun to watch. But I was really sad too because I've never missed a show or a practice in the past. But no, I like the acoustic shows because I think like normally we're so serious, like in prepping and everything, and like I feel like when we do the acoustic shows, like we still try to be professional and tight, but like we allow for a lot more like fun banter and goofiness, and like it's not as much of a showstopper if we make an error.
Right.
Yeah.
Brett, go ahead.
Yeah, Brett, tell us what you thought.
I mean, for me, it's very interesting, this whole situation we're in and how we have to switch and deal. But, us that are used to playing at live venues and playing in front of people, it's really different. And, it's almost that we've kind of talked about this before. It's like almost a little bit more nerve-wracking in front of a camera, which is weird because you're in the confines of a basement where you don't really have anyone there like in front of you, but people can still, I don't know, it's just weird when you get in front of a camera. And it's hard to, because we play off the energy of the crowd so much.
Right.
To not have that is like, I don't know, you have to create your own energy, which is obviously very doable, and I feel like we do a decent job, but it's a very different process from what a live performance would be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is a very articulate way of explaining what I have been experiencing thus far. I've done 3 live streams now, and it's slowly getting better, but it is pretty weird at first.
Yeah, but I mean, I think overall it went pretty well. I mean, it's still fun. It's good to play, and this is right now the only way that we can play together. Then that's what we're gonna do. It's what we have to do.
Yeah.
The alternative is, I don't know, not. It sucks.
I think of like two, like Ty and my good friend Bookman, like would always mention how like when they used to play D&D and whatnot, Ty would play a bard, and like,
of course.
And Bookman and Zach would say like, oh, he's not really role playing, like he is a real life bard. And like, yeah, I feel like Ty is like such a showman, and like it works perfectly on the acoustic. Like, my mom even will often be like, "Ooh, Ty's like that one guy who did that School of Music movie, who has all the charisma." And I'm like,
you mean School of Rock?
Right. I'm pretending that.
Oh, the guy who sang tribute.
You're being a mom. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm glad that I'm getting Jack Black vibes going on there. We did do a Tenacious D thing, but yeah, I guess I would echo what you guys said. It is weird. And interestingly enough, like I've been talking to Brittany from Unleash the Archers, just kind of chatting back and forth about the new record, and because we got a video coming up on our channel soon with her on it. And I ended up paying the money to watch their CD release show that they filmed at like a big venue in Canada where they're from, and it's like a big. I mean, it would probably be like a 400. It would probably be like a High Noon Saloon, maybe even a little bit bigger. It's like a 400, 500 person venue. Right, and to have them get done with a song like da da, and it's just like this echo like da da, and then they're like, "All right, thanks everyone," just it is very, not having that reaction is very weird. Although there's people probably at home going like, "Woo!" It's hard to manifest that excitement when you're playing to essentially no one. Even though you are playing to people, but you just can't see them. So,
I would add. I think I said this before, but yeah, every time we do this, it gets a little easier, and for starters, it was easier being on camera with three other people rather than kind of by myself for a whole hour.
Yeah.
I mean, to begin with, that makes it a bit easier. But I'm getting used to it more. I totally, from my guitar solo bit, I totally got blisters on my index and middle fingers. All the slapping and popping, those have kind of faded into really nice thick calluses now. So I feel like I am obligated to keep working on that technique now. Now that these fingers are all buff and screwy.
There you go. I will say,
but no, it was a good time. I think overall, musically, it went pretty well. So I was happy with it.
My favorite part of it was a compliment that was not actually meant as a compliment, that actually came from Truffles85, where we started the live stream and he thought it was pre-recorded. And then like I whispered into the mic, I'm like, Truffle85, it's we're live, you know? And that was my favorite part. And that to me, like how I interpreted that, and Truffle, you can tell me if this is the wrong interpretation. But how I interpreted that was, wow, these cameras are looking so nice, all these seamless transitions, all this, like it has to be pre-recorded. They can't be doing this live. Like, you know. And so that made me feel really good. You know, like somebody mistaking it for a pre-recorded live stream. So
well,
yeah.
and then I think I probably had my best comment of the night right after that, because I'm like, no, because if we were pre-recording, I would have just made us do that again.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that first one was a little rough, but it's all good. It's all good. I mean, they even Unleash the Archers had a bit of a hiccup with some of their songs in their live stream, because they had kind of a new bass player, and there was some moments where they were kind of like looking back in panic when he was kind of like playing a wrong section. So, you know,
yeah,
it happens.
I think it's worth saying for those of you out there who don't play music or don't play in a band or don't gig or whatever, the opening song for many bands, and I've almost always felt like this for as long as I can remember, the opening song of any set is always kind of a getting your bearings about you sort of moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like, if you're going to make a big mistake, it'll probably happen there. The first song is almost always your getting comfortable song.
Yeah. I'm always amazed. I'm sorry.
And that being said, 0 Hour is kind of a tough one to just dive straight into. Of some of our choices of what we could open a set with, 0 Hour is kind of tough, kind of demanding. So it's, I don't know how you guys feel. It almost always takes me at least one tune to settle in and get comfortable when we start playing live.
I definitely agree. It's like you have that first burst of energy too, because you're like, all right, it's time to play, let's go. And I feel like you almost come out of the gate like super strong and almost like slightly out of control a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of got to like, figure out what the crowd is feeling, and then adjust as you go and kind of settle into a nice rhythm. But yeah, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Death Dealer has been our de facto opener for a while now, and there's a real fast guitar run in that song. So I gotta one way or another kick the nerves by that point and throw down on that run and make sure it's there, because I don't want to screw it up, and that's fast. So,
yeah.
So I just got to make sure that the fingers are really nice and warmed up before we hit the stage, which is fine. I did it to myself. I wrote that run.
Yep.
So here we are.
I do the same thing too. I write a bunch of, vocals that are like challenging and high, and then and it's like, oh, we're playing this 8th in the set. Cool. After I'm all like going, so, oh man. Yep. Well, Brett, while you're still here, before you have to run away to plan more wedding stuff, I think we should get to America's second most requested TRIDENTcast reoccurring theme. You better, you Brett.
Come on,
that
boy.
was perfect.
You're supposed to sing at my wedding this weekend. No.
Well, we're singing that song.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. As you walk down the aisle, we're gonna be like, ooh.
Well, I didn't think too much about this, obviously, but well, since I'm so much in wedding brain right now, I guess I'll talk about that. But I think one of the big things we've learned and we've dealt with, I don't know if you guys had to, I don't think you guys had to deal with this as much with your weddings, but or maybe you did, I don't know. But criticism and like other people's opinions, you gotta not know about that kind of stuff. So much of this, like we've dealt with and obviously with COVID, it doesn't help. Like requests that we've made for people or what people request of us.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to like get your panties in a bunch over, because you're gonna do what you want to do, and people are probably gonna like it and fine with it. We've stressed so much over little details and little things that people say, and at the end of the day, it's like we didn't really need to do that. The day is going to come together perfectly, and if there are hiccups, it's not going to matter.
Right.
All I care is like what we're there for, and that's getting married. What it really comes down to. So, yeah, short and sweet. Just like if you're going to get married in the near future, any y'all single, don't give a shit what other people say. Do it your way, and make sure that you're going to be happy with what's going on, what you're doing. That's really all that matters.
That is fantastic advice. Brett, I will tell you, as someone who has gone through it before, something is going to mess up. You're going to forget something. We forgot the knife to cut our cake, and the venue didn't have a knife, so we just kind of went as like, you know, ha ha ha, we're gonna eat cake later, you know. But yes, it's super stressful. The main, like, part of the reason that Heidi and I did things the way that we did is like we saved up for like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that, specifically so that we paid for everything ourselves, so that other people couldn't have a say in it, you know,
right.
Specifically family and stuff like that. We're like, no, we got this, you know, we're doing everything ourselves. And that's how we ended up with a Pikachu piñata filled with 144 bouncy balls.
That's amazing.
And lottery tickets too, you know, of course. But yeah, I don't know, Brian, do you have any fun or crazy wedding day stories you can impart to Brett and to all the people listening?
I would be prepared that the day is going to go by really fast.
Yeah.
It goes by in the blink of an eye. I mean, I remember waking up that morning, and the next thing I know, it is 4 a.m, and Andrea and I are finally getting back to our hotel room. We just kind of look at each other like, "Oh, hi, it's you."
Yeah.
Because, you know, we like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." Huh. Because we both kind of spent the whole day running around being, yes, the wedding ceremony is for us, but the ceremony is also for all the guests in a very real way as well. So we kind of ran around and spent the whole day being hosts, really, and kind of hosting this giant party. The party was for us, but it's also for all the people that were there. So when it was all said and done at 3 a.m. or whatever, and the smoke finally settled, it's like we went back to the hotel room and like, "Oh, hi, it's you."
Yeah, I know.
And I would double, or I would second the notion something will not quite go according to plan, and you just kind of got to grin and bear it and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, as try as you might, something will not quite be just right, and
right.
We all move forward. So
I think we've mentally prepared for that, and
good.
Yeah. But yeah, we've even set aside. We were kind of worried about the idea that, you know, we were going to get to the end of the night and be like, what just happened? Like, didn't even remember any of this. So we've like set aside like 10 or 15 minutes a couple times throughout the night where we like run off by ourselves and like kind of reflect on what's going on. And
that's good.
So stuff like that. So we can actually focus a bit on what the day is for. So
Right.
hopefully we'll fit those in. And...
what we did on that real quick, and then I'll be done. We got a traveling photo booth.
Oh.
And so we set it up, and it was basically like once the ceremony was over, it was just game on, open. Anyone could go in there. And what it did was you'd sit down, be with yourself, or you cram 30 people in there, or it's you and your significant other or whatever. And it takes, the four camera, 4 pictures in a row. And then it spits out 2 strips. And one strip you hand back to the person running the booth, and then you get to keep your strip.
Mm-hmm.
And then they took all those strips and put them in a giant book for us.
Nice.
That's cool.
And then people got to write in the book, like they put the strip right in the book, and then they could like write notes with it or whatever. And Andrea and I still have a blast. If we're feeling nostalgic, we pull that out and we go through and we look at all the pictures and all the notes and everything, and it's really fun. The danger of that is by 10 o'clock when everyone's drunk. You've got people making out in there. You've got boobs out.
Yeah.
You've got nudity happening.
Yes.
And we didn't get those. The people who ran the booth kind of was like, okay, we're going to confiscate those pictures, and then you won't feel awful about this the next day. And we're just going to forget that ever happened. We definitely had random people making out in there by the end of the night.
Nice.
And stuff like that. So those memories can be lost to the sands of time.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Real quick, we had a couple of donations. We had Jinx sent in some donations for your wedding. Thank you, Jinx. Everybody drink.
Cheers.
Red Ninja sent in 100 boobs, aka 100 bits. To you, Red Ninja. Also, I just want to remind everybody, we've got 5 minutes left on our raffle. And for some reason, it's weird. It's let me just ask everybody one more time. If you put in !raffle, especially on YouTube, please try it again. I'm only seeing 2 people entered right now, which is kind of weird, and it seems to be only people on Twitch. So I want to make sure that this also works on YouTube. I'm hopeful that it's more than just a Twitch thing. If it is, I will go through after the fact and check to add you guys into the rotation. So, but yeah, please, if you're on YouTube, do !raffle if you want to enter in the raffle. And let's see if that works. YouTube isn't working. Oh man, it's only on Twitch. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I will contact you. I will do a post. I'm gonna do a post on Facebook as to who won. So watch our Facebook page either today or tomorrow morning, and then I'll let you know who won, and then you can email us, and we'll send you the shirt for free. So sorry about that. This is the first time trying the raffle thing. I didn't realize it was it was dependent on where you put your ticket in. But anyway, so that all being said, we had a question also in there from Poiluk. Are you going to be doing any more covers in the future? Which is a perfect segue to something that I want to talk about that I told Brian about. What?
Real quick, we got one from Johnny Earls as well.
Oh, Johnny! Oh my gosh, I almost missed that. Thank you, Johnny. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, I told Brian about this. I put a little post up on Facebook. For a while, I've wanted to do vocal covers as kind of a fun extra thing for the YouTube channel. But I was trying to think of a good way to make it to differentiate it from all the other people that are doing vocal covers, because it's like you go on YouTube and it's like 100 people have done an Iron Maiden cover of Number the Beast or whatever, so I was trying to think of a good way to make it something new and refreshing and exciting. And I was in the shower, which is where all good ideas come, and I thought, aha, what if I only did vocal covers of US or North American power metal bands that we know that we're friends with, right? So like we're talking Helion Prime and Paladin and Unleash the Archers and Mega Colossus and Judicator, and what if I only did vocal covers from that? And so we had the question out on Patreon. I said, okay, we're doing this. Pick a name. We had 2 potential names for this. Oh yeah, Automaton too. We should totally do that. Two potential names. One of them was let's see. I think it was I Got You Covered was one of them, and the other one was Power Converter. And by a landslide, the winner was Power Converter. So our brand new YouTube series of me doing vocal covers of other bands is going to be Power Converter. Brian and Aki and Brett, I know you guys won't be able to hear this, but for everybody else on the stream, I'm going to give you a quick 20-second snippet of the first song that has already been finished for Power Converter, which is going to be coming out on the YouTube channel soon with a full video. It is... And also, if you want to hear the entire song, it's up for our behind-the-scenes Patreon backers at the $10 or $15 level. This is a real quick sneak peek of Paladin's Shoot for the Sun. Here we go.
There's just no more I can take. It's all building up. I refuse to break. There's just no more I can bear when everything's all said and done. Shoot for the sun. Shoot for the sun.
All right, there you go. There was your little sneak peek. What'd you think? Was it pretty good? Thank you. Cool. Neat. Awesome. I know.
Pretty great.
The rest of the guys
Made
are
me
like,
disco dance.
Brett's trying to listen to the replay, I bet. So so that's coming up. I'm planning on maybe doing a release either once or maybe twice a month. Something like that. Oh, Red Ninja give 100 bits to Power Converter. Thank you.
Woo.
All right.
I want to say someone too asked if we ever have guests on the TRIDENTcast, which we do. We just actually, because we're socially distancing, just podcasting from home, we don't have any guests, but not a lot. But I feel like on what would you say, Ty? 3 or 4 occasions we've had other people with us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when things start to open,
Dr. Brightus. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think when things start to open up a little bit more, we may experiment with bringing people into the studio. I mean, once we're actually back here all together in the studio, and not doing this remotely, it would be a lot better. But
yes, Dr. Vitus has definitely joined us for a few. I mean, he was still in the band when we first started this. Isn't that crazy?
I know. Oh my
I
god!
know,
wow, you're right. Yeah.
Mary Sweeney has been on at least one.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've had at least one other, but I'm kind of spacing it.
I know, Brian, too, we had a time where there was like 3 people off camera, but then they made audience noises for us.
yeah.
I feel like we've streamed or podcasted something with like Jeremy and Christina here.
Yeah.
Or some of the other people who are kind of like, crewing, helping us crew for Mad with Power or whatever.
Right.
But maybe I'm making that up. I don't know.
Mitch says it's a lifelong goal to be on Fangs Metal Beer Club. Mitch, dude, you could seriously, just hit me up, man. I'm always in need of a second guest, always, and you can absolutely come on. The kind of shitty thing is because of COVID, like Fangs Metal Beer Club has kind of been on hiatus because I feel it's just like weird for me to just taste things and be like, yes, chestnut undertones, delicious, yes, good. I almost like having a second person there. And the plan was, so like last year we went to Legions of Metal Fest and we had all the bands come back to the hotel room and do an episode of Fangs Metal Beer Club. We filmed probably like 20, 30 episodes just at Legions of Metal alone over those 3 days. And I was planning on doing that again. I actually planned it so that Fangs Metal Beer Club like ended right before all the episodes we had ended right before we went back to Legion. So I'd have like a fresh batch, and then that got canceled, So, but so yes, please, anybody who wants to be on, hit me up when all this is over, when it's safe to get together and touch each other's faces again. Just, let's do that. One more thing I want to really quick announce before we get to America's favorite TRIDENTcast segment. So stay tuned for the number one fan requested segment of the TRIDENTcast. But one thing I want to announce here is we have a new batch of really, really awesome merch coming your way. And I'm going to show it on the screen right now. Oh, right now. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. First off, our wonderful design for our European tour t-shirt is coming back, but in sticker form. And not just any sticker form. This is going to be a glow-in-the-dark sticker. So you put it on something, you put some light on it, you turn the lights out, and then boom, it's going to be spooky. Art by Mika Ulrich, an absolutely fantastic artist. We're going to probably do more with Mika in the future because it was just super... I mean, Mika's art is just out of this world. So there's that. Second, underneath that, you see a brand new patch, and you say, oh, Ty, that looks kind of cool. I mean, it's pretty plain. It's just white thread, and it's just the new logo. I mean, that's cool. I suppose I'll buy one. But wait. That patch, all of the white thread on that patch is also glow in the dark. What other band does a glow in the dark patch? Name one. 0 of them have. We are the first ones. Anybody who tries to do glow in the dark patches after us, we're going to sue them into oblivion. We have the patent on it. That's what we're doing. So this brand new patch is 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Going to fit nicely on your battle vest. Going to glow like nothing when you get into that dark venue. People are going to be like, whoa, I can't see anything but that awesome Lords of the Trident patch that you have on your battle vest. So if you're on the Patreon at any level, we're going to be sending out, when we have these in hand, we're going to send these out, send out coupon codes so that people on the Patreon will get them pretty much mostly at cost. So there's going to be a deep discount if you're on the Patreon. So if you're not on the Patreon, go to patreon.com/swordsofthetrident, sign up, get that meth pipe out of your mouth, and get on the Patreon. All right, back to our regularly scheduled Boom. All right, let's go to America's. Let's quit the sass. Let's go to America's favorite segment. Number one user requested segment of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Aki's cat picture of the month. And Aki, you got a good one this month. Here, I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Oh, man, Aki, you have outdone yourself this time.
Yeah, thank you. I found this one earlier in the month, and I did a look earlier today in the last several days, and I just could not find a cat picture that outdid this one. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little biased here. So this is a stray some people found. And what really made it especially great, I really like tabby cats, just a plain run-of-the-mill tabby. And it has the characteristic M, on his forehead.
Oh.
But the big thing is they named this cat Zuko, and oh my God, Zuko is one of the main characters from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Really, probably in my maybe top 5 cartoons of all time. Man, Zuko's arc was great. I really didn't like him at first, but then his whole character arc was so well done. So anyway, I love that it's like a tabby cat. His name is Zuko. It's someone adopting a stray. I just so many elements I like about it. Also, as someone earlier said, it's 102 degrees outside. It is so goddamn hot, but I will say I love that the sunshine coming down there. So that's why that is my cat picture of the month.
Oh man, Aki, that is a fantastic, and I love the little paw just kind of hanging out there. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'm chill. I'm Zuko.
Yeah, he's just brimming with confidence. I feel like when I talk with someone, I got my tail between my legs, I'm looking at the ground, but no, this guy looks you dead in the eye, and he's like, give me a raise.
Yeah, exactly.
cat. We don't even pay you. And you're like, and then he's like, give me a raise. And you're like, all right, here's some kibbles.
That cat knows what he wants, and he wants a raise. Aki, thank you for that wonderful cat picture of the month.
Yeah,
and
it even comes with it. Even you don't even get bad singing with it.
We got another donation from Larry. Thank you, Larry, the steadfast. Thank you to Larry.
To Larry.
Oh man, absolutely fantastic. So real quick, some quick housekeeping. We're doing streams on streams, baby. This is here's our fake $100 bills. Streams on streams. That's right. Yo, I'm throwing these $100 bills in the air that are clear. They're clearly fake, but somebody on the internet thought they were real. They are not. Streams on streams, baby. So we got TRIDENTCast stream tonight. We have the Baron solo shred session, aka the wedding shredding, coming up on Sunday, the day after the wedding. Brian is waking up early. He's stretching out his, all of his fingers only on the left hand. He doesn't need the other ones. And he's going to come and shred your face off, and you're going to end up married at the end of it. You're not going to know why. You're not going to know who you're married to.
I will be working off that hangover for you, the internet.
Yep, exactly. Sunday, Dr. Thunder. That is correct. Sunday. We got wedding shredding coming up. So that is 1 p.m. Central. It's an early one. That is specifically for the hangover workout, and also for the Europeans, so they don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning to watch us play.
There's also that, yes.
Yep.
That is one of the reasons I strategically chose middle of the afternoon on a Sunday.
Right.
So. And
then coming up, a very, very special full band concert on September 9th, 9/9, featuring Mr. Asian Metal back from retirement. He said it wouldn't happen. He's going to go to the cabin in the woods, and but then he said, "Damn it, Asian Metal, you're too good." And he's like, "All right, just one more, and then I can retire." That's what he said.
Damn it, Asian Metal, you're a loose cannon.
I want your badge and your gun on my desk on Monday.
This department has no room for your shenanigans.
Good job, but you let your emotions get in the way. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous that we have just one practice before that, but we're live streaming. Ty can throw in some special effects. He'll be all good.
Yeah, that's all you need. You just need one practice, and then boom, you're good to go. Aki, Heidi had a really great idea. So Aki has, I will say for everybody watching, Aki's got a limit of how long we can play. Just we want to make sure that he's not overstressing after that, super fight with the dumpling in Russian slap. We want to give him some time to recoup. So we're gonna limit it. Oh no, go ahead, Aki. What were you saying?
No, I was going to say, the orthopedic specialists I saw, hand orthopedics therapists and surgeons I saw, just said to, really try to limit it to 30 or 40 minutes at most.
Right. So we're gonna take some breaks in between. We're gonna do some it's gonna be a shorter. It's not gonna be a 3-hour set. Is basically what we're saying. So make sure you're there for the start so you don't miss anything. But Aki, I will say Heidi had a really good idea for a way to extend the concert out a little bit in a very fun way, and I thought you'd like this. What we're gonna do is in between songs, and this is kind of, we haven't decided on this 100% yet, but in between songs, if people have pledged any money towards charity, we're gonna have you read one of the singles ads from Country Singles magazine on air. I'm not trying to deceive you, Aki. This is going to actually happen. How do you feel about that, Aki?
It's a little different than I thought was going to happen. Like, I thought you were going to say, like, I don't know, people donate and then you and Brian play a funny acoustic song, or you do the flash dance.
That's almost the same.
That's close.
You're right. I mean, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Hey, Barry O'Connor, $5. Thank you, Barry O'Connor.
Cheers.
Whoa.
We missed hanging with your hanging at the cabin this year. We'll make it happen next year. Thank you for the donation. So yeah, but yeah, I thought bringing up, because I still have that newspaper. For the people who are wondering what the heck I'm talking about I don't know, what was it, Aki? Maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, we stopped at a rest stop, and for $1, you can buy these newspapers that are like Diabetes News Now, that tells you crazy.
Well, wasn't Wade in the band?
Yes, Wade was in the band at the time.
A few years ago, yeah.
Yeah, quite a few years ago. So there was this thing called Country Singles, and it was $1. It was 4 quarters, and it's basically a dating newspaper where you can pay to put an ad in the newspaper, and it's specifically for truckers and people on farms. And I will say that was the best $1 I've ever spent in this entire band, because Aki spent the next, I don't know how many, it must have been 5 hours, like doing interpretive readings of all of the pages of Country Singles. And it was so funny. I almost had to pull over at one point because I was laughing so hard. It was so good. So maybe
it's a combination of the Aki presentation with the actual content.
I mean, it was 90% Aki presentation. Aki can really read a singles newspaper, I will say.
I'm open to it. I don't know. I feel like when the pressure is on me, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, see, Aki, the best thing about this is that there's going to be literally no one else in the room, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you will not see anyone else but us, so you can just pretend that nobody is watching and nobody's here.
They can't take back those charitable donations too.
They can't. Once it goes to charity, it's gone.
Speaking of, where would these charitable donations be off to this time, Ty?
Oh, thank you for reminding me about that. So on September 9th, 9/9/20, for the first full band live stream of our setup with Asian Metal, the entire set picked by Asian Metal, all of the donations, all of the charity donations this time are going to local independent journalism at Racine County I. There's a bunch of people at Racine County I that are doing fantastic journalism. And as you know, I mean, journalism is in a tough spot right now, especially independent, nonpartisan journalism is in a real tough spot right now. So we are donating our money towards a local Wisconsin independent journalism source, Racine County I, that actually was just picked up by some of the reporting was just picked up by CNN and the Associated Press.
Really,
so
pretty amazing. Yeah.
And some of the people at Racine County I are fans of the band and friends of ours. So we're very proud to support independent, nonpartisan journalism, especially in times like these. So it's crazy.
And Ty and I have played for Denise we've played acoustics for them before, and that was a really fun time.
Oh, so, Denise is here. Racine County I is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Follow them on all of the media channels. Go check them out. They're fantastic. So Denise, I did see the opinion piece on CNN. That was fantastic. I'm so happy for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so. That's huge.
Yeah.
Well done. I read it a few hours ago. I read it this morning.
Yep. Aki.
Oh, hey, if it turns out we end up having an animal or like cat themed song on the next album, for one of these events, can we make the Dane County Humane Society one of the donation receivers?
Yeah, we could do it. We'll do it the full band live stream after this next one.
Nice.
We'll do 100%. I could just change all the lyrics to have like kitty cats or puppies in them. You know, instead of death dealer, it'll be kibble dealer. You know, we'll just we'll do something like that.
Catnip abounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll just do that. All right, cool.
Excuse me.
A couple more things. Brian, tell us about this Maledictus that you're on.
Okay. I've known John Marzlikowski for many years now. When I was still playing in Ottoman Empire, I played with his band at the time. It was called Orphonic Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've known John, and then
So
Cassie and
you should
Chad
probably
were also in the
introduce.
band.
You should probably introduce like what this is.
Okay, so this is a symphonic metal project being written by John Marzlikowski, and he contacted me to do a couple of guest solos on this. And he's currently in the stages of GoFundMe me for album production. I believe you. Yeah, I cut a couple solos for him, and I think they turned out well. One of them is kind of a right down the plate heavy metal solo, and the other one is an incredibly bizarre atonal whammy bar thing that I enjoyed. So anyway, yeah, I will be super excited to hear the finished product. He got lots of different musicians from all over the place to play on this, and like he put together this gigantic montage of all the guest players, and there's a lot of people. So I'm in wonderful company, and I can't wait to hear the finished result.
And if you missed this, we had a post up on the Lords of the Trident Facebook page with a link to the Kickstarter that's still going on. As far as I'm aware, I think it's still going on. So if you want to pledge to that, you can check it out and get some barren symphonic shred going on. So I'm trying to coax Michi up onto the desk here. She's so close. She's just ready to go, but give her maybe a few additional seconds here. Two other things that happened recently. We had the Mad with Power replay event. I took all of the video footage from Mad with Power last year that I had, edited it all together, and I already had everybody's edited audio because we released that to the Patreon. So I put that all together, and I did it in a live stream event. We raised a bunch of money for charity. It was a really good time. Had a lot of new fans, so it was really really, really, really awesome. And it was a little bittersweet. You know, I will admit that I had a bit of a rough day on the Friday, which was to be Mad with Power Friday. Brian and I were just talking about this recently. It just kind of hit me on that day that oh, okay, today was supposed to be the day and it's not happening. You know, I mean, I knew it wasn't happening, but it wasn't until that day where I was like, oh man, this sucks. What did Beavis say, Brian?
This sucks. This sucks. This doesn't just suck. It's like it really sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Andrew and I were going to go to Japan and South Korea. We planned this for over a year out, and that's obviously not happening now. Andrew just had a similar kind of epiphany of things aren't happening, and then it actually kind of gets close, and then it makes you go, oh yeah, that's really not happening. I tuned into the Mad with Power replay, and I happened to just come in during Figaro. It was after the harmonized guitar, when it was back to the clean guitar where you sing again.
Yeah,
in the second half.
yeah.
And I watched from there to the end, and that was easily the most I felt it of okay, I miss playing live. It hit me at that point harder than I think it had all quarantine.
Yeah,
might have had something to do with how many drinks I had at that point, but it's just it was just a sucker punch of okay, wow, I miss it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I am very hopeful that next year is going to happen. It's in August, so yeah, I hope that things will. 2020 has continued to impress me on how shitty things are, but I hope that things will be better in a year. So here we go. 100 bits from Red Ninja. Time to drink for Mad with Power. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Red Ninja. Last thing I had on my list, and then we'll get to the unlisted secret Aki list that he's prepped ahead of time. The additional 45 minutes of podcasts that he's prepped. Last thing I had on my list, yeah, I love his face when I just throw that on there. Last thing, I finished 10 sets of leather bracers. I bought a quarter of a cow, and I released them to the top two tiers of our Patreon. Got a chance to get one of the sets of the leather bracers. I finished all of them. It probably took me like 6 hours per set of like a ton of, heavy labor getting those things together. I will say, putting those in the mail was one of the scariest things I have ever done. You package them all up, you get all the labels on them, you take them to the post office, and then you open up the mail chute and you're about to throw this package of something that is literally one of a kind, that is irreplaceable, right? You're about to put it into like a mail chute in the U.S. Postal Service right now, And I'm like, maybe I should just fly over to Italy and hand it to the guy. I don't know. It was, oh God, it was terrifying. But luckily, I've heard that a bunch of them got there. So far, I think pretty much everybody's gotten there, other than the people that are overseas have gotten their bracers. So I know Centric is in the chat. Centric had the bracer set that I think was I probably put the most amount of work into, because it was the colors wouldn't mix, wouldn't color over each other, and so let me know in the chat if you like the bracers. Oh, we got kitty cats. We got cats on the. I'm trying to get Michi in here. She's in the background. You can see her right there. But Michi, come on, you gotta come up on the stream. Who do we have there?
It's Callie. Callie Kittens.
Callie.
She's the old kitty. She's like 14. She's the sweetest cat ever.
Aww.
Yeah. Cat. As an aside, real quick, I did for anyone who's interested, I did put the link in the chat to the Maledictus Kickstarter
perfect.
campaign.
Perfect.
So that is in there if anyone out there in Chatville wants to check it out.
Excellent. All right, well that's all I had on my list. Aki, tell us about your additional 45 minutes.
Sure. So, oh my God, like if you're like me and you grew up watching a bunch of cartoons and whatnot, oh my God, you've always wanted an excuse to be able to like paint animals, in the cartoons when you have like a bucket of paint and you draw like zebra stripes on like a horse or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It finally happened. We have an excuse to do it, guys. I was listening to NPR yesterday morning, and I can't believe this is happening. Sorry. Okay. Oh my God. They're now drawing the eyes on the butts of cows.
What?
There's a scientific reason, though. So get this. There's a sub-Saharan country called Botswana, and in that country, there are lions, and they keep attacking the cattle that farmers have.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the problem is, once they kill these farm animals, usually these farmers go out and they hunt down the lions, and as a result, like lion populations have plunged over the last several years. Well, a couple of researchers from the University of South Wales in Australia, they had this idea, and it needed to be low cost because Botswana, it's an up and coming country, but still has a lot of poverty and whatnot. They had this idea. So lions are like ambush predators.
Right.
So like they want to get the heads up and jump someone when they're not looking. It's like if I were a sniper, but if someone looked at me, I'd be like, I'm not going to do it. I don't want them to know that I'm going to shoot them,
Yeah. You're like, you got me.
Yeah, exactly. So they had this idea of basically painting eyes on the butts of these of cattle, like cows and whatnot, and basically they just like crudely painted some eyes, and I fucking love this. They had like a control group, even a procedural control group, where they did little cross X's. And then they had painted cow butts. So they were being professional.
Right.
And so
It wasn't exactly double blind, but you can't really do it.
Right. But they're getting there, right? And so, especially, third world developing country. Get this. After 4 fucking years, all 683 cows with eyes on their butts are still alive.
What? No. That's crazy.
So, like, it just
all of them, not a single one.
Yeah, and like CNN covered it, and I just like, oh my god, I had to Google image search. They got the eyes on the butt.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up.
Just type in like cow butts eyes.
Okay, and cow butts eyes.
And you should get
oh
some
my
stuff.
God, Aki, you're right.
Go to town. I'd be like, let's get some anime eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull this into the TRIDENTcast. Here you go. There's some cow butts. There's some eyes in the cow butts right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. I wonder if there's. There's them painting. Okay, they're painting the eyes on.
I would love some anime eyes on like a Holstein cow butt. So it's not as great as us being able to paint some like zebra stripes on a cow, but you know what? I will settle for some eyes on the buttocks of a cow.
There it is. I don't know what I was expecting it to look like, but that's
eyes on butts. Yeah.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Aki did it again somehow.
You did it. That was amazing. That's fantastic. We got a question in the chat. Error the Real. I just dropped a fire mixtape. Can I send it? Yes. Send it to Lords of the Trident. I want to hear that fire. Lords of the Trident at gmail.com. If there's a song about cows with eyes in their butts, we'll play it live right now. So
yes, you are absolutely ahead of the curve if you have a song about eyes on butts.
Yeah. Aki, that was a fantastic addition to the. I think we need to add in a new Aki segment of like Aki NPR stories.
It's if ever people say like Aki, be interesting or funny, it doesn't work that way. Like.
Oh, okay, okay. You just got to do it organically.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys. Have you watched any recent films, TV shows, anything that you would recommend to the people in the chat? Aki. Oh, real quick. Platin Ho SP, your band is awesome. You're awesome. Platin Ho SP. Okay, Aki, go ahead.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you. Couple things. Really good anime that I recommend to like everyone. I actually feel a little proud of this.
Oh.
I found out about this anime, and I told my friends Bookman and Zach, and we like watch anime together in a platonic way. But we watched Psychopaths, and a movie came out. It only has like 2 or 3 seasons in a movie, but really good like dystopian future anime where there are all these sensors everywhere that are constantly sensing your like brainwave patterns to see if you're like just like in that mental like mood to commit a crime or whatnot, and you can be charged. So kind of like Minority Report gone to the extreme. Really, really good. And the movie like took it to a whole different setting and brought back a character who was only in the first season. Really good. And this movie, this show really benefits from memorable villains. And I think memorable villains is an area where we're really lacking a lot. Like even like the Marvel films, which I really enjoy, a lot of them have kind of forgettable villains. only other one I just want to give a shout out to really quick is for a long time, my friends Bookman and Zach have recommended watching The Expanse, which was out for a few seasons and canceled, then picked up by Amazon Prime Video. Oh my God, I've only watched like 8 episodes. It is amazing. It's sci-fi, which I love, and it's a mix of everything from like drama, detective story, action. So good, and it's hard sci-fi, so like there is no like magical artificial gravity and stuff like that.
Right.
It's so good that even the shortwave science podcast I listen to every day did a shout out to it. So good. I really recommend it.
Wow. Real quick, Platin Ho, $10. Keep it up, boys. Grow your hairs, please. Hey, guy, I'm trying. Look at this. Look at it. This is. Yeah, Brian's got it.
How much more hair do you need?
Come on. He killed my ODB. Fantastic. This is right now. This is 6 months. So I'm in the post Bieber phase, where it's just getting long enough to like almost put in a ponytail in the back, but it's gonna be one of those like crappy ponytails that falls out right away. So yeah, and I'm keeping this growing
Cheers.
as a I'm keeping this growing as a like a yardstick of how long we've been in quarantine. I'm gonna get this cut when we are able to like go out and play and do stuff again. So. Yeah.
Oh, I like the swoop. You're going to get a cut?
Well, I'm gonna get a. I mean, the swoop is okay now, but like Heidi says that if it gets down to my shoulders, she's gonna cut it off while I sleep. So.
Okay, I would cut it, but like keep the swoop.
Well, so I'm just trying to like.
Apparently, you did almost set it on fire during the acoustic set too.
Oh, good. Yeah. That is what I'm planning on doing. So.
I just want to say too, I'm loving the love that I'm seeing for The Expanse in the comments.
Yeah, and Psychopaths. People really loved that suggestion. I gotta check that out. I'm looking for something new to watch.
They are both awesome. Like really good.
Mm-hmm.
First season villain in Psychopaths High is probably one of the best villains I've seen of all time in anime.
Interesting. Really. Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Okay. Brian or Brett, I'm guessing you guys have probably been too busy to watch anything new.
Yeah, not really. I did see a little bit of Letterkenny for the first time. Really funny.
Nice.
But other than that, nothing.
Andrea and I pretty much watched all of the latest season of Lucifer in one sitting.
Oh.
Which is funny because we were totally going to be like, all right, let's take our time with this. And next thing you know, we're through 7 of the 8 episodes in one sitting. So that's fun.
All right. We had
a show.
In the chat, check out Beastars. I watched Beastars. It was amazing. Beastars was really good. Have y'all seen What We Do in the Shadows, the show? I've watched the movie, and I've gotten through maybe like 7 or 8 episodes of the show. I'm watching it with a group of friends, with Michelle, actually. A lot of people know Michelle as our roadie extraordinaire. And it's amazing. I really like it. So Heidi and I are currently working through Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We never watched that before, so we're on season 3. And we're playing through Paper Mario, the brand new Paper Mario, the origami one. Oh my God, so cute. It is the cutest. It is really great. Really kind of hard too. The battle system is all like shifting tile puzzles. And some of them are easy, but some of them are really tricky. So yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, I hope Brent is still alive. This is unprecedented.
Yeah, this is rather unlike him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him a ring and make sure he's still alive. He's probably just out in the wilderness, like taking photos of something somewhere, and he forgot. So,
Hopefully.
But anyway, What do we got coming up? We got the wedding on Saturday for Brett. We got the wedding shredding on Sunday for Brian at 1. We got the full band live stream coming up on 9/9/20 at 8:30 p.m. Central. I don't know what Pacific or Eastern, but check your schedules. Check your if you're in Europe. Good luck. I'm sorry. Wake up at 4 a.m. Brett, let's give you the last word here tonight because you're getting married. So last word as a unmarried man for the people.
It's all about love, baby.
All about love. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will see you on Sunday. We will see you on 9/9, and we will see you in the future. We love you. Thank you so much for the donations.